Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I am Sebastian Sjöberg, and this is, in fact, the first episode of the ESFI GGvision Weekly News. From now on, this program will be a weekly thing where I will present to you what's going on in the world of esports through the lens of ESFIworld.com. Starting off today with some very interesting and ongoing StarCraft 2 news. Over at gosucoaching.com, a site that has dedicated itself to the art of perfecting the skill of StarCraft 2 players for a fee, where you can get training from the very best. There's an ongoing Team League show match series with $2,000 in the prize pot for first and $700 for second. Now, there are several of the world's most renowned teams playing from both Europe and North America, and currently we're in week 6. It all kicked off in January, and here you can see the current standings. Earlier this week we saw Canadian team Root, which has players like QXC, Druby, Kivikaki, etc., defeat VT Gaming in a 3-0 stomping. And then we had Team Liquid, of course, perhaps the world's most prestigious, or at least most well-known team, be defeated by Fnatic in a very close 2-3. Before the week is concluded, we will see which team out of Dignitas and Empire will be victorious. That will actually be played later today, Saturday. So when you're watching this, that may already have happened. And tomorrow, Sunday, we will have Mouse fight versus Evil Genius themselves. Now, team leagues are what really makes an RTS like StarCraft 2 stand out, and when it becomes truly exciting, it creates much more continuity and, well, in lack of a better word, epicness than just separate 1-versus-1 battles between skilled players. And when the team factor comes into play, things start to get really dynamic and interesting. So we'll be continuing to report from the Gosu Coaching Premier League. These games are being streamed publicly and live, and some of the highlights tend to hit YouTube as well. I recommend youtube.com/AskJoshi. He's usually very on top of casting these games. But if you want to watch them, which you ought to, you can do so over at gosucoaching.com. There's links to the stream there. ESFI World will continue to bring you coverage. Personally, I'm rooting for Liquid, but hey, that's just me. Now, moving on to related but arguably much more epic news. Related because they all come from the hype machine of Jeff In Control Robinson, who's of course a fighting member of Team EG and a very fearsome Protoss at that. And he's also very much a head shot caller over at gosucoaching.com. But that is not enough, my friends. Jeff In Control Robinson has been, for several weeks now, been hyping what he's called the most awesome esports event ever in Western history, or something along those lines, and that will all be unveiled in just over 2 days at the 21st of February. We don't know what this is, but there has been plenty of speculations, as I'm sure you've heard. Now, there will be a show match between Idra, EG Idra, Evil Geniuses Idra, and Liquid Jinro, marking the countdown to this event. The countdown you can see over at nasl.tv. Now, this all comes together in one epic conundrum of a climax that we don't know what it entails yet. But EG Idra, of course, has been a fearsome StarCraft 2 player based in Korea, and he's a Code S qualifier. He has decided to return home to the US just in time for this. And he is relinquishing his spot in the most prestigious yet StarCraft 2 tournament in the world, the GomTV Star League, the GSL. And he's doing this for we don't know what yet, but I guess we will know in just over 2 days. In Control Robinson, he just may be announcing the North American Star League, as in nasl.tv. Or it might be something else, we don't know, but it sure as hell is going to be epic. Now, over on my own channel, youtube.com/polygonreview, I have interviewed Jeff several times in the past and worked with him as well. He is a fearsome pro gamer, very good at what he does, but I can tell you this much. He is a businessman and a shot caller just as much as he is a pro gamer. He is the kind of guy who can make things happen, and Evil Geniuses are backed by Intel and SteelSeries. That's a lot of money. This could really be something, friends, that will rewrite what esports means for us. 2011 is truly the year of the Hydralisk. ESFI World will bring you the best coverage of this if on the 21st there will be a public event at a venue or anything accessible for mere mortals. We will have reporters there for you, giving you the best coverage you can get. So do stay tuned. The countdown is ticking down. Moving on from mere StarCraft 2 news to more esports related news in general, we have the Intel Extreme Masters number 5 World Championships coming up in March. The prize pool is nothing less than pretty awesome, 145,000 sweet US dollars. Dispersed throughout the different games. Now, coffee is great for esports. We will be, of course, bringing you the best coverage once this happens in March. It's taking place in Germany, by the way. But up until then, we will be doing highlight coverage on 3 players or teams from different groups and different games each day, getting you all geared up and happily informed about who will be playing what and what they think about doing so. Day 1, Quake Live has already happened, moving on to Counter-Strike, StarCraft 2, etc. And here you can find the full schedule. There's already a bunch of articles up, and we will continuously update this with more information, interviews, etc. up until the event starts, so that you are as prepared as possibly can be for the epicness that will ensue at the IAM 5 World Championships, where ESFI World will be as well. If you see us, do come up and say hi. Now, you may call me biased if you want, but we're going to return to reporting on StarCraft 2 news, because this is actually a quite, I would say, an epic step in the right direction. GOM TV, those who host the GSL, the most money-rich and epic-filled esports tournament in the world right now, arguably, have hired a new commentator. This has inspired a lot of comments throughout the community, many of them in my honest point of view, more critical than what is deserved. The new commentator, going by the nickname Kelly Milkies from Singapore, is obviously a female and with somewhat of a thick accent, people would argue, and this has caused a bit of an uproar. She will be casting alongside Nick Tasteless Plot and Dan Ortosis Demkowski, the glimmering twins of StarCraft 2 as we know them, who are casting a ton of games. Now, Kelly will be helping them out. And personally, I welcome this, because as you can see in this little clip that I'm about to show you in a second, I think she is quite skilled, and I don't find her accent thick at all. But why don't you see for yourself?
He has a 200 foot army, and looking at Lona's army, he only has a 150 foot army. He's like 50 army behind. How is he gonna be able to defend against Glade army if Glade, decides to push? I don't know why Glade's not pushing. He's probably like, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna damage him as much as I can, and if he looks like he's gonna choke, I'm going to go for the kill, which he can right now, I would say, because Lona...
Yeah, he needs to do it right now.
Lona is
Look
playing
at how much
blind.
money he's got.
Look at that, he's playing totally blind. I mean, I think he's nervous.
Yeah, absolutely. He has no idea. He has no idea what is coming in. He doesn't even know about those 2 other bases. There is a phrase, it's like, bitches don't know about my gold mineral expansion. In this case, that is absolutely true. Once again, Flight of Mutalisks. There's 32 freaking Mutalisks on the field, folks. That is a huge number. I've never seen so many Mutalisks. That mineral, he could actually kill the CC. He goes for it. He takes it. Unbelievable. The main base of Lona just got gutted right there, and there's no way that Lona can respond to it.
Oh god, and he's going for the hive right now. Lona has to move out. He knows that he doesn't move out, he's gonna lose it anyway. He's gonna pull everything up. I hope he brings like all his SCV to go and try to Here comes a scandal.
Now, I find that to be perfectly qualified casting, and if she works, as she's saying in the interview here at ESFI World, that she'll be working with Nick and Dan in order to improve and get advice, etc., she will definitely own these skills to perfection. And I think it's great to see that GomTV, because they had many applicants, there's been a job offer out for further casters to join the crew, that they chose someone who is not the stereotypical nerd that we're used to see. I think esports truly can and should be a platform for gender-neutral competition. It's uniquely qualified to offer a fair game for men and women to showcase their skill sports-wise. Yet the number of women represented in the scene are so few. This will show to all those watching that esports can be gender inclusive, that it's not just for guys. And I think that would be a great thing, truly. And I wish Kelly the best of luck. ESFI World will continue to report on her progress behind the scenes and etc. etc. I say welcome to you, Kelly. Show us what you're made of. And of course this leads us on to the fact that on Monday the 21st GSL March kicks off again. The Code A groups will start to be played then, and I believe that Code S kicks off on Tuesday the 22nd. This is of course as epic as can be. I watch a lot of StarCraft myself. I am a huge fan and an even huger nerd, and I come to find that when GSL is down, has been now for just over a week or so, I miss it a lot. I used to watch YouTube all the time. Now I feel that YouTube just don't do it anymore. The GSL is where it's at. They have raised the bar, and now it finally kicks off again. We'll be seeing Jinro in Code S, my fellow Swedish countryman, whom I interviewed not too long ago over on my own channel, and we'll now see my other countryman, Liquid Pro, together with Dutch Liquid Ret, who won the Assembly LAN very recently, and the little Brotos himself, Liquid Huck. Those are the Western foreigners represented since Idra went home to the US, and yeah, it's just gonna get really exciting. So that all happens on March. Always you can go to ESFI World for the best coverage, the standings, the videos, the interviews, the behind the scenes, all the info will be there. And one of the most exciting things about the new upcoming GSL season is that we'll see new maps being featured. Maps that we've seen being played in the GSL Team League, a shorter week-long event that ended not too long ago. And there are new maps, yes, and that is really exciting, friends, because if you're not used to the StarCraft scene, if you're not old Brood War fans, you may not realize that it's new maps that makes the game stay current and evolve. If a meta game has become static, new maps will change all that, if they're good, and these maps are good, I can vouch for that. Especially, there's a poll up on ESFI, and you should all go and vote. My favorite is Terminus Re, where we saw such an epic game. There were two motherships being deployed between Startail Squirtle, stupid name as that is, and I Am MVP, the ruling world champion. It was fantastical. So do go check out that poll and look forward to seeing these new maps into GSL. I'm so happy it starts again on Tuesday. So, friends, this has been kind of a pilot episode of the new ESFI GGvision Weekly. We will be doing this every week, but we need your feedback, we need your questions, we need your suggestions. What do you think of this format? What can be improved? What would you like to see more? Do you think that Kelly Milkis will do a good job, or are there more qualified people around? Who would your favorite new caster at GomTV be, if you could choose of all you know on YouTube and etc.? And anything else that we brought up, do share and check out esfiworld.com. I'm Sebastian Sjöberg. This has been GGvision, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again in 1 week. GG and out.